like it close.
Well,
Okay, so I'm half here.
Hey, Victoria.
Yes.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Your Manifesting Question Answered Live.
Live.
Yeah,
On, what is it, the 21st of July?
that is the rightness, everyone.
22nd. 22nd of July.
That means that meat's still good.
2022, another Feel It Real Fun for you. Yes, because I like saying that.
You do. You say it rather well.
I've got to think of something for 2023.
Oh, yeah. Let's
all
get
of us
stressed about it
we.
now. Right?
Well, no, I'm not stressed, but I'll think of something by the time 2023 comes. Hello, Jessie.
Yo, Jesse
That
Windsor.
two-time
Boom.
Jessie. Yes. So go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Easy manifesting methods. All right, easymanifestingmethods.com.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Or put it off for a few more years.
Yep.
What is her problem?
And for refunds, hi, Jess and Ada. For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Yes. By the way, Dream Driven Day starts August the 1st. We're sending out a special email to bother people who keep telling me, I want to join, but I keep dicking around.
Bother me.
Yeah, so we're going to bother you tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I'm too busy.
Yeah. Hello, Stella GM. Oh, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. And Magi, yes. And that's it. So, we're going to dive in.
All right. We got a lot of questions today, so we're not dicking around. But Maggie is here too.
Okay,
All right.
So the first question is from
I'm ominous.
Anonymous.
I'm ominous. I'm ominous.
They ask,
I'm ominous.
how to remain
Damn, this
faithful.
mic is so
No
fucking
wonder it was
cold.
put in anonymous.
I'm ominous.
So, an anonymous asks, so when doing the imagining, what I am imagining, and I slip, and I know I've slipped, and I get back on my horse, what is the most effective way to stay on the horse or stop falling off of it?
All right, we're going to go back to 101. Say it with me, 101.
101.
Is where the fun. So Victoria did a trip and fall today, right? She was going through a fence with the dog. Right?
Yeah.
She was going through the fence with a dog and a ball.
So the dog was over, and then I had to crawl through, and then, of course, Bruce dropped the ball and ran while I'm holding on him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right? So,
yes.
Everybody type in Weebles, wobble, we don't fall down, right? She ain't a Weeble. She fell down. Right?
Weeble wobbles.
Weebles, wobble, but we don't fall down.
Don't know that one.
You would have had to have been a child in America in the 70s or 80s.
America, yeah.
America. Right, so the thing is, when Victoria stood back up, right, she didn't try to stand on her face or her hands or try to walk on her elbows or anything. She got up and she got on her own 2 feet. Because she's done it again and again and again and
I've
again
done it
and
a lot
again.
of times.
Yep. Yeah, back when she was a child, can I talk about this? Of course. They used to call her Stumbelina the ballerina, right? So...
Nah, this is, she don't like logos. This is bullshit, you DDDers. Another story, yeah.
Have you ever seen her wear a logo? She wears this.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
So, we're going to get back to this one.
Yes.
All right.
We're going to get back to
I mean,
it.
we just gave a massive hint. We're going to get back to this one throughout the entire show. All right. Next.
Oh, keep going back.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's a
So,
clever, sneaky
thank
one.
you, Anonymous.
Here's what it really comes down to, right? If she tried, my Uncle Jimmy Chuck, right? Changing the name.
Don't have a Jimmy.
I'm
All right, okay.
changing the name to perfect the innocent, right? Uncle Jimmy Chuck tried to...
Jimmy Chuck. How much Chuck would a Jimmy Chuck? Sorry, yes.
Imagine my childhood, right? So Uncle Jimmy Chuck, he fell, and he tried to stay standing, and he did this.
No.
Right? With both hands, right?
Yeah,
you know what Uncle Jimmy Chuck couldn't do for 2 months, right?
He broke his wrists or something?
Right, yeah. He couldn't enjoy prawns. I mean...
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things. He couldn't watch cat videos and stuff, right? So he tried to stay up.
Oh, God.
Right? So Uncle Jimmy Chuck was... right? So the key is get back up, get back up, get back up, get back up. That state that you most commonly return to is your dwelling place. I've got 3 on the property. Right,
Three dwelling places.
Yeah, loving husband, loving teaching, loving puppy dad. And we actually have 3 structures on the property: the she shed, the cottage, and the house. Right? And I know where all the doors are for each of them. I can easily walk through
You
them.
go and live in the wood store.
See, she doesn't even let me have a structure. All right, let us continue.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yes, Emmett. The next question is
brother is a
from
pillow.
Abby,
All right.
who asks, is the Joseph Goddard method the right tool for this?
In Dream Driven Day, we've got something where we talk about different is better than best. But let's continue.
Let me know when you want your tea.
Not yet.
No. Okay.
Go away.
Abby asks, Dear 20, I have this strong inner urge to move from the country where I'm living to somewhere else, but I don't know where to, and I actually don't have the money.
Cool.
Doing Joseph Goddard is great. Is great to not get nailed today, but I don't see how nailing is great to not get nailed. Anyway, but I don't see how nailing every day will move me away from here, because obviously I can't do it today. It takes a decision and planning much in advance. Is Joseph Goddard the right tool for this? Love and thanks in advance, Abby.
Great question. The answer is no. Right? So the way I teach, what I made up is this. Right? By the way, there are people out there saying they made it up. Right? Show me. Right? Just for fun. Right? Make your own damn shit up. Richard Bandler used to say, I don't want
shit up.
Yeah, he'd say, I don't want you doing NLP. I want you to do what you do with NLP. Right? Don't copy me.
Yeah.
Right? Now here's the fun thing. Ready? So if you read what I say about Joseph Goddard, it's this. Specific events of my day having already gone my way, right? And this is the really cool thing, because it's like, if it's on my calendar, like lunch, or the pool, or the dog walk, if this shit's on my calendar, I don't relate to time at all, right? So here's what's really fun. If it's on my calendar, I can Jogo it. Right, we're going shopping on Monday. I imagine, oh my God, right? So that's the fun thing. Podcast on my calendar. I imagine a great podcast. You guys send me emails. Yeah, you got in all that stuff. So it works. Now here's why I love this, and here's how it will contribute to your move. Whenever you know, if you don't explore, if you're not an active imaginer, you're not going to really discover everything is subject to your imagination. That's the state 1 greater than John.
Hang on. So, not everything. Say that again.
If you don't do something like Joseph Goddard, you will not discover that everything is subject to your imagination. You'll think someday, maybe, if I need some help, what about sticky tape? Everybody does this. But whenever you have very specific wins every day, you develop attitude. You really get... See, I can speak with authority because I have attitude. I just don't go, hey, imagine up a good day and I didn't kill anyone. That's a good day. I imagine up a good day and she kissed me. That's a good day. You'll make up your shit as you go along if you do that. That's all head. On the other hand, if I imagine specific events of my day having gone my way.
That is the Joseph Goddard.
That's the Joseph Goddard method.
And for Abby, for me, it's just the feeling of home. Just that. So it's nothing to do with Joseph Goddard.
No. So we're switching gears here.
Yeah. We're going to imagining feeling home. Yeah.
I was imagining feeling home before I even met her. Right? Just to be blunt, I was imagining feeling home. I was imagining feeling held. I met her. I discovered this is home. I discovered she would hold me. Sometimes, right? And that's the cool thing, because whenever you I didn't know her. I didn't know here. But I knew what home and held felt like. So that's where you get to play, right? I didn't know if I was moving, where I was moving, none of that stuff.
World,
right? And suddenly,
know any of it.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that.
That's what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, got you.
So,
really nice.
Let us continue.
Cool.
Because this is good. This is a great question, Abby. Because a lot of people, if you try to use a screwdriver for a hammer, right?
I sometimes use a knife for a screwdriver.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work that well.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
bread and
that's-
butter knife.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I've churned all the end of it
Yeah.
until I bought my lovely little screwdriver set for the kitchen.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
see, I would have just bought really nice knives.
Got ya.
All right.
Okay.
Someone's going to go, what the fuck did he mean by that?
Yeah, what did she mean? What are they talking
What are
about?
they talking about?
Okay.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
The next question's from Sveta. How to imagine skills, language, dance. And Sveta asks, I've just purchased more of your materials and it's really helpful.
Hoo-ha.
And in brackets, create the state, which is available at freenevillegoddard.com.
No, freeneville.com.
Sorry, just freeneville.
Don't screw them up. Sizzle's supposed to screw them up.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Sizzle?
Sveta goes on, I'm noticing a difference already. However, I have a very specific question. How do I apply this information to more skill-based desires and goals? More specifically, learning the Russian language and mastering advanced ballet and gymnastic skills and gaining more flexibility. Sincerely, Sveta. Wow, you got loads ahead of you. That's ace.
This is so much fun. By the way, if you look at my writing, like from 10 years ago, it's interesting, right? If you go back to my writing 20 years ago, it's a little different. But I made some good money with some shit writing, right? I actually think I'm actually getting a little good at writing now, and yeah, a little gooder, right? Right, I'm learning how to write, right? Now here's the cool thing. I imagine getting compliments on it. We've all been complimented, right? If not, I will compliment you right now. This is a great fucking question. Okay, that's called a compliment. You just got one. How does that feel? Now here's the thing. He's fucking the pillow again.
And it's not Emmett.
I can't tell if Emmett's let down or, or happy. It's like being married. Anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Do we have fun or what? Wait till you go listen back to this one. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I imagine being complimented. As a black belt, I mean, my big thing was kicking. Right? I was beautiful in the ring, right? And then I decided I want to do something else. But it's like I imagine just getting complimented for what I do. That's where I would play. I mean, if you want to be more flexible, you could imagine somebody asking you, how'd you get there? And here's the cool thing, because I was a sickly, tight, weak kid, right? Tight.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I was tight. I was stiff. I was weak.
Oh, okay.
And so I decided I wanted to be a kicker, right? There's a problem, right? When you can't spread your legs, kicking is not all that easy, right?
Yes.
So I'm imagining being a great kicker and all that bullshit. And something really fascinating happened. Somebody gave me a copy of a program called Center Stretch. And it was a great way to learn stretching, a very scientific way that loosened me up very quickly, right? It's like, wow, I didn't manifest up the course. I didn't manifest whatever, but I just fell in love with being a martial artist. And so it's like radio, I got loose, nice, quick, and easy. Yeah, and I
fell in love with your body.
And I fell in love with my body. And there's a big thing.
Yeah.
I love speaking, right? I was so shy growing up. I mean, like, they had to record me.
Making up for it now.
Yeah, all those years. The nuns had to record me to give a little book report, right? And I even left the room when they played it. It's like, I can't even handle that, right? And now it's like, give me a microphone, and your ass is mine, right? I've been kicked off of radio stations, right? WLSW. So, but let us continue, because here's the thing. Can you imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled, right? Boom. I've imagined, well, anyway, more on that later. Jan Krister, welcome to the show.
Hello, Jan. Okay, so that was from Sveta. Thank you very much for your question, Sveta.
By the way, wouldn't it be interesting if people were shocked that you weren't a native Russian speaker?
Your name sounds Russian to me.
To us, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. See, this is where we don't know the difference between Mexicans and
Well,
Colombians
no, I
and
don't.
Puerto Ricans. So,
But it does sound Russian. So.
right. Anyway, some people get offended when you don't know the difference between somebody between like Kentucky and Alabama. It's like, I ain't from Kentucky. I wonder who else I can offend today. Let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah, you get offend. I wonder if you're like an off end today.
Off end.
Yeah, off end.
I'm glad Cube's not got in the pool. All right.
Paula's Colombian. See, I knew I had a Colombian out there somewhere. You're my Colombian.
Oh, cigars.
I collect people, by the way. Like one from each country.
And cigars.
Yeah, and cigars. So I got a Colombian. Boom. I didn't remember that. Now I do. Yeah. So I got a Colombian. I got someone from Ohio.
Nice.
All right.
The next question's from Jay.
I knew you lived there.
And it's their first question. Neville, Goddard, Affirmations, ? And Jay asks, do you have to believe in your affirmations or not? Well, we don't. But anyway.
Yeah, this is going to get really good.
I think Neville said something about how your desires don't manifest by your words or affirmations, but by your consciousness, your feelings and beliefs, I guess. So I guess Neville said that you do need to believe in your affirmations.
Wow.
Oh, wow, you got... Now, was it Descartes? I think, therefore I am. It's like you've got that... Anyway, go for it.
Yeah, who had it exactly backwards, by the way? Because you are, therefore you can think, therefore you can have a thought, right? So, see, affirmations are exactly backwards. Like when I go, hey, it's Jean Christa, right? See, I like, it's an honest to God, like, hey, right? It's not like, words follow. They do not lead, right? So when I look at her and she walks toward me and I go, damn, right?
Damn.
Yeah, that's not making her pretty, right? I experience her as pretty and I go, damn. Got it? So this whole thing with affirmations, and I know someone's going to say out there, well, Neville did that talk, and he mentioned Millikan doing affirmations for 20 hours, and he said something like, if you could move into your state like Millikan did. Yeah, if you can move into your state, right? It's not about doing affirmations for 20 hours. Neville explicitly said, don't do them.
No.
Right? Don't do affirmations or denials. Cancel. Right? I do not have a blue car. Anyway, let's keep going because we've got part 2 from Jay in just a moment.
Cool. Excellent. And the next question from Jay is the second question.
These are great questions, Jay, because people get all confused because they love affirmations like crack cocaine or The Simpsons. The problem is The Simpsons and crack cocaine don't manifest things. Those are things that you manifest. You imagine watching that little fucker Bart enough and having a laugh, you turn it on, right? You imagine like, oh, fuck, I just love Coke, man. And then you snort it or do whatever you do with Coke. I don't even know. What do you do with Coke?
Yeah,
I guess you snort it, right? Yeah, we watched that show, Bloodline. So I learned shit from watching shows.
Bloodline.
Mike, love you, buddy. Nice to see you.
Okay.
So, anyway, let us continue.
Sorry, Jay's second question. Neville Goddard Health Affirmations ?
This is so good.
And Jay says, do you know what Neville meant by vain repetition / affirmations?
Absolutely, right?
It wasn't.
Yeah. Resist me in vain.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
Neville also said, "I am healthy" is a stronger feeling than "I will be healthy." So he's nailed it, Neville. To me, no.
Yeah, just right
Neville
there.
nailed it right there. I am healthy is a stronger that word feeling. That's what we're going to.
Exactly.
Anyway, to feel I will be is to confess I am not. I am is stronger than I am not. What you feel you are always dominates what you feel you would like to be.
Yeah, skip the end of all that. Go down to Izzy.
So Jay goes on, is he saying that present tense affirmations are more powerful than future tense affirmations, or that future tense affirmations don't work at all? Yes, I get your daily emails. Thanks for letting us know that. Yes.
Cool. He isn't talking about affirmations at all. Right? Here's the cool thing, right? Affirmations light up two very specific parts of the brain, right? Two very specific feel-good centers, right? Now, the thing is, I enjoy a good single malt and a cigar, and I love seeing my buddy Mikey show up. And I like watching Bruce fuck the pillow, right?
Still,
and
yes.
all those things will light up the same two centers, right? None of them. Well, see, some people will be offended because I said Bruce is fucking the pillow. They'll go, oh, that offends me, right? It's like, oh, like a word has power, right? On the other hand, an imaginal act really does. So what do I imagine about It's the after party now, apparently. So, see, you guys can imagine something. I say a few words. Some of y'all don't even pay attention to them. But some of y'all go, oh, it's the after party. I wonder what they're doing now. And they start to see and hear and feel things, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I am healthy is a stronger feeling. Right? I am healthy is a stronger feeling. Versus, I will be healthy.
Yeah.
There's no power there.
Yeah.
It's the feeling. It's the feeling. Yet you're probably in love with the idea of affirmations because they feel good. I'm having pizza, right? That doesn't make a pizza happen, but it feels good to talk like that. But to talk like that, you have to actually imagine talking like that. So you can't do an affirmation to do an affirmation, right? All right, I'm going to do affirmations. I'm going to do affirmations. I'm going to do. You see, you have to imagine doing it. Fuck. The dog is nonstop. All right, we'll keep going, right?
Excuse me. Okay.
All right.
So that was from Jay.
Jay, this is great. By the way, if you contact me, I can point you at a show where we actually tell you the names in Latin of those 2 feel-good centers in the brain. And this is why people, they go nuts. I mean, they get really mad at me. I've had actually people write me nasty emails because I say stop doing affirmations. And I say, wow, how many fucking affirmations did you have to do to type me a nasty email? Or did you just imagine something? Anyway, never mind, go away. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's so obvious. See, they have to do 20 hours of affirmations to send me hate mail, right? Isn't that great? It's like, if your argument is true, not yours, but when people do this stuff, it's like, you can't reply to me for 20 hours. You have to do affirmations for 20 hours before you can reply to me. Thank Christ, that gives me a break from you. So, next, Victoria.
Okay. The next question's from Joanne on Facebook. Who is David? And Joanne asks, who is David? According to Neville, he is God's son, but I would have expected that to be Jesus. So if Jesus isn't going to call me father and it's David, well, who is he exactly?
All right, here's what's a lot of fun. This can really do your head in.
Yes.
I've had this question way more than once, and I got a couple little notes here that'll help it make sense. But please, in the name of all that's holy, do not settle for my notes. Ready? So the state of David, right? So David represents humanity. David represents all the states that you go through. Yeah, Adam, the state of Eve, the state of Noah, the state of Moses, the state of Jacob. David represents all of those put together, right? So just hold that in mind. The next part, Jesus represents, that's your creative power, the creative use of imagination. It's the state that's one greater than John. The final state that you go through before really realizing who you are and how this works is the state of John. We explore that, by the way, in the middle of DreamDrivenDay.com. Doors are open. There's a reason why we do that, because the state of John has you doing violence to your desires so you can get closer to God, and then has you trying to get closer to God so you can actually have what you really deserve or want or whatever. And it just creates this recursive loop that's horrible, right? Versus accepting your desires, because your desires are divine in origin, right? So when we talk about the state of Jesus, what Jesus is, the use of your imagination. Mike Brignac at the State of John did that for years. Haven't we all, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, So the creative power of you in action, okay, that's Jesus. And the final thing is, so here's my suggestion. You're aware of this. Don't bother with it, because here's the fun thing. The more you explore how this works, the more you notice who you are. The more you notice who you are, the more you realize you've given yourself the opportunity. You've gone through all the states. And that's the beautiful thing, because at some point, guys, at some point, you don't beat yourself up for playing any of the parts. You've played all the parts. At some point, you realize you are the father of all that you've experienced ever in all your lifetimes and all your circumstances. And that's the beauty of it all, because you realize everything, your stance, your standing, your status determines your circum, right? Circumstance is literally determined, what's around you and how close it is to you is all determined by you. And
Yeah, yeah, I really like that. So it's like you bore it to be. Do you know what I mean?
Totally, all of it.
Everything, yeah.
Yep.
I really like that.
When you notice this, and here's the thing, intellectually you can make it make sense. You'll get no closer to anything. This is why my cautionary tale at the beginning here: do not accept my explanation. Just go on the exploration. This is where all the courses come from. Crass commercial, right? Everything we do, every comment, and I love that people are commenting back to me now, both privately and publicly, with, when I first show up in the group, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't give a fucking answer, right? I give answers that invite exploration. I will not feed your head. My job is not to give you something, to give you a soundbite to go, yep.
That's it.
That's
yeah,
it.
Got you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like the affirmation answer, right? Because when I just say, don't do affirmations, well, some people say that they work and I think they work. Well, why the fuck are you asking me? How many affirmations do you have to do to ask me a question? Well, that's not fair. What ain't fair? I'm actually pointing out real. Kim, another Brignac is here. I love ya. And this is the fun thing. Whenever you notice ridiculous is ridiculous, you stop doing ridiculous. It's like, believe me, I love Gorilla Tape. Do I love Gorilla Tape?
Well, fortunately, you don't use it on me, but yes.
I love Gorilla Tape, right? I just think
Yes.
it's the coolest shit on the planet, right? Yeah, I remember when duct tape was the in thing. That was the 80s, right? Mike didn't know his wife was getting on. I love that, though. So I back in the 80s, it was duct tape, right? In the 90s, it was pressure tape. I had an Army-Navy store. I got pressure tape from the U.S. military. It's like, fuck, this pressure tape shit is really cool, right? But now it's Gorilla Tape. But the thing is, Gorilla Tape doesn't cause anything. As much as I love playing with it and getting my fingers all stuck together and having Victoria go, help, right?
Yes.
So I hope that helped.
Cool.
So listen to that one a couple times, and I can even point you towards some. If you go to freeneville.com and type the word David in the search bar, you'll be overwhelmed. Yeah. In other words, play is the way. Dream-driven day. Like Lisa said, join it, right? But I already did it. Coral's on time 5 this time.
Yeah.
We got a couple
And
of
Anya,
people. Anya's in,
shit.
like
How
time
many?
like 3 million.
Yeah, I know.
Tabitha's in. Right, we got a
God.
lot of cool. We got some new kids in. We got one total stranger in. And
Total stranger.
one total stranger
Not even
has signed
20
up.
knows.
I don't even know who this is. So this is fucking great. And a bunch of new people. So
Nice.
hoo-ha. So
Okay.
let us.
Thank you, Joanne, for your question.
Cool. Maybe I can stick that. Oh, yeah. And I got a Crest commercial for Pearl, powerpack.com. Go there, read that. This is really, if you really want to experience the whole David thing, Pearl, powerpack.com. Can I have some tea?
Okay. Yes.
This is going to be fun.
So
we're going to do a.
20 wants some tea. There's some tea.
It's just cold in Australia. I like me some hot tea. Look at that. Look at that.
All right.
On the other side, it is the quote that I put on in today's podcast.
Yeah. Okay. The next question is from Brian in Manifesting Mastery. Just want to get my arm under there, right. Victoria manifests 20.
This is going to be good fun. Let me ask. What does Victoria remember imagining to manifest you into her life 2020? I've been curious about that perspective. All right.
Okay. One thing I really remember before anything, I was here, I'd bought here, this house, and because I'd been in a relationship years before, but it was like, and it hadn't had anyone, and I was living here, and it's a cold house. It's not anymore. We've made it absolutely beautiful, but it was pretty, I don't know, very raw. That's probably the best way of putting it. It was raw, and I didn't have the means of making it much more than that initially. And but I remember talking to a friend and saying, I'm ready for someone new in my life, because up until that point, I'm ready for a new partner, whatever you want, love, whatever it is. And but I did say to them, but who in the hell would live with me here? Because it was like, It was just so... A roar is like probably even complimenting it. It was like horrendous what we've lived through, but pulled out the other side. It's just absolutely gorgeous now.
What we've restored is amazing.
Yeah, it is. But that was the first conversation. Like when I was here, I was on my own, no animals. It was like I felt like I'd worked towards getting this, and then really wanted a love in my life. Yeah, but as I said, who the hell would want to be here with me? Like here. And then along comes 20. So that's how, I guess, in a way, because I was really imagining being with someone, I imagined that. And that's how I met 20.
So this weekend's call, we're going to dive into Jacob, the supplanter, right? Jacob, the deceiver, and Jacob, the father, right? They're all the same person, by the way. But I mentioned that for a reason. One, it's sold out, you can't get in. Sorry, right? Two, something was supplanted in her. She was in one state, accomplishing something, getting this done, nailing this, and she did. And then a new state came along. And you notice her rational brain goes, I don't know who.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how candidly honest is that? Right? She didn't know who. Right? Literally, I don't know who. She didn't know me. Right? Then we met. That's so cool. So the funny thing is, probably about the same time, I'm imagining home and held. I'm just exploring those two feelings, home and held. And at some point, our Venn diagram met.
Excuse me.
And
yeah.
here we are. So.
Yeah, cool. So thank you, Brian, for your question.
I see Brian's here. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
We're going to do a love program, a couple live calls, probably. So we got Dream Driven Day August happening, starting August 1st. And after that 30-day program, I'm thinking about tossing into doing a couple live calls, like doing a 3-call set that'll turn into the new Manifesting Love course, where we just have some live calls with people. Take 10 people that want to have some chats and exploring around Manifesting Love, Neville Goddard style, and just explore something different compared to like, I'm making him mine, and that bitch ain't real. I'm making that bitch that ain't real mine. Do my bidding. Puppets.
Okay.
And by the way, it's an ongoing emergent. You get it? What is she imagining now about me and me about her and us about us?
Yeah.
So,
Definitely an ongoing emergent. Yeah.
Because it's something like when you're single and you're swinging and you get married and all your single friends go, you're different now. It's like, yeah, I'm married, right? Got to be at home with the woman a little bit. And after about 2 years, it's like, well,
I'm married. Need to be out there.
Let's just make each other wrong a whole bunch, right? We'll make each other better and wrong at the same time, right? And so like, there's this ongoing emergent that, like, a lot of people, that they lose the plot after a while, versus like, right, we keep exploring the onions of love that we are. If you're not exploring the onion, a pearl is made of layers, an onion is made of layers, and most people like to get married like they're two taters, right? It's like, yep, it's
two taters.
Yeah, the two taters shall not meet.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so that's the next question, is it?
Yeah, I didn't bold or put a thing there.
Okay.
This is going to be so good.
The next question's from Nancy in Dream Driven Day. Maybe we'll just call it Corporate America.
Yep.
And Nancy says, Corporate America, can you revise that it's not Jengi? Laugh out loud. No. Is it Jengi or Jenga, the game?
No, she said Jengi. I asked what Jengi means, but apparently I didn't see if she replied. All right, this is such good fun. Ready?
We're going to talk about something we've never ever heard of.
I have no clue. So I'm really big into revising relationships into relationships, right? See, I have a relationship with corporate America, right? It's a concept to me.
It's closed.
It's far the fuck away. Some
Yes.
people in corporate America want to hire me to do things, and like when I say, right, tell me more, I just tend to go, right, I'm not all that interested in that, right? Just not my gig.
Yeah.
But here's the fun thing. So it's sort of like if we're going to revise something, it's sort of like revising money. Like I'm into revising my relationship with money, right? Like I grew up, I worked hard for money. That wasn't all that smart. Then I started working smart for money, right? And that's not all that hard. So that's what I got. So sorry, Nancy, that's as far as I get with that one. So can I revise that it's not Jengi? I just revise me in some way. So like, see, when I was a kid and I was going around like doing weeding for money, I put index cards. I see Mr. Bob Wenger, he's dead now too. So dead Bob Wenger gave me a stack of index cards because he worked at the publishing company, and he got all this extra, like the offcuts of paper. And I just struck up a conversation with him one day. I when I was exploring, like not being shy as fuck, and so he says, "Would you like some paper, little boy?" And I know he was really cool. He goes, "You want some paper?"
Okay.
And he gave me like all these paper offcuts, and like I made
You would have loved it.
Oh, I went nuts, right? Folding it, doing shit with it. And I got this idea one day because, like, I was tired of, like, eating government cheese and the welfare and all that stuff. So I went into business, right? So I made myself business cards, right? This is so good. So I wrote my name and "Will work for money" and my phone
Will
number.
work for money.
Yeah. And I went to the rich neighborhood, right? And so I went out and I put these index cards in everybody's mailbox. I started getting phone calls. So I went back to the rich neighborhood and stopped in on people that called me. And it's like, "I thought your dad was coming." I says, Do you know my dad?" It's like, "No, I don't even know who you are." This is great. I'm here. Pay me. Right? And so I started doing shit. But I revised that at one point too. I hired a bunch of other kids to do shit. Right? So basically, if we're charging $3 an hour, I get 50 cents out of everybody's hour. So if I can revise what I did before, it sort of changes everything. It's revising me. And now I work with systems and structures and stuff and don't trade much time for money. Got it? So I'll just toss all that up for fun. Next, Victoria, let us continue.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Nancy, for your question.
Yep. Joe
Even though we had no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Joe got the hashtag right. Dead Bob Wenger. Actually, I think it was Wenger.
Wenger.
Could be. I don't remember.
Okay.
Quit fucking the pillow.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day Juliet. Imagine being debt-free and moving. Juliet asks, I've imagined a state debt-free. I need to move homes. Now, sorry, I've put the I's in there and I'm not going to because I think it's important, so I'll start again. Dream Driven Day Juliet says, imagined state, debt-free, need to move homes. This move could affect several desired states. There are many options for where to move. How do you know which to take or to choose?
Coolio. So there's no I. There's no I.
Yeah, I just, when I started reading, I suddenly got it. This
is so great. So we got a lot of data. And what you're searching for is some data so you can make a decision, right?
Yeah.
I love this, Juliet, because this is so cool. Ready? Your state determines your decisions. My state determines what I'm going to say. If I was in the state of loving puppy dead, I'd probably be out throwing a ball right now. And Victoria would be sitting here mad. She'd be in a state of very disgruntled wife, right?
Where's he gone?
Where is he gone, right? So here's the cool thing. So you get to have a wish. So if you imagine, like, just pick one of these things, right? Because I see separate wishes: debt-free, need to move homes, all that good things. You don't know where you're many options where to move. Feel home.
Yeah, like the first person or whatever it was.
Yep. So it takes us right back to the earlier question. Just feel at home. Second thing, without worries. How do you feel at home without worries? Because if you're feeling at home wondering what's in your budget, if you're feeling at home, then you're basing things on the past. Nice. And in Dream Driven Day, if you remember when we explored cortisol, one of the things that shows up with that cortisol exploration is, as long as you identify with your body or its history, cortisol gets to show up. Now, on the other hand, when you start exploring you, Pearl of Great Price, pearlpowerpack.com, whenever you really start exploring you get right. What if you were someone that made double the income and worked half the time? Would debt bother you? Probably not. You might pay it off earlier, you might pay it off later. It doesn't really matter. Right? I've doubled my income and I work half the time. As far as someone who feels at home, right? When I didn't feel at home, I felt like I had to fucking move somewhere. So what do I lack being at home? Ready? I'll probably die here. You get how deep that comes from? I'll die here because I've lived here. A full, fulfilling life. Right? My intention is to live here with her. That's my desire. So coming from that, and that's all I've ever wanted, right? A place where I can really live. God, when people come here and they come back here, and they see what's happening here and what has happened here, it's like, wow, we live here. We just don't reside here. And there's a big one right there. So when you find right, this is it. And when you have that without worries about it, so, boom.
Cool.
I love this woman.
I love you, babe.
She's really nice to me in public.
In public. Okay, and that was for Dream Driven Day, Juliet. Thank you very much for your question.
And on the show. Yes. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
The next question's from Dalen in Manifesting Mastery. He doesn't treat her well. Dalen says, my best friend's boyfriend doesn't always treat her well. How can I imagine the situation better? So, imagining lovely for a friend's friend or imagining a new friend's friend.
Cool. Right? Somehow he doesn't treat her all that good, or right?
Gooder.
Yeah. So, like some people do, some people don't. So I saw in a group today somebody said something about a narcissist, and God, talk about a trigger word. And somebody writes the word narcissist, suddenly there's 400 fucking comments, leave, run, burn them at the stake, they can never change, all that stuff. And it's like, right, you guys say you fucking know Neville? I don't think so. But here's the fun thing. So he may or may not be a narcissist. I'm just going to go to the extreme thing. So, ready? Zzz. I go, wow.
What was that?
Yeah. Who's that bothering me? And I look and I go, oh, it's my friend. She's probably calling to complain about what's his nuts, right?
What's his nuts?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Ready? And then you hit mute. Yeah. Right? On the other hand, ready? Zzz. Oh, it's my friend. She's probably calling to tell me how great he is again. Ooh, he's great. Right? There's your imaginal act. You let it be about you. Right? Yeah, when the phone rings and you see it's them, and it's like, oh, she's going to tell me again how wonderful he is. Unbelievable. What did he buy her now? A new car. Right?
New car.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where you get to play. Always about you. Always about you. Always about. See, when I get to go like, hey, there's Coral, right? See, you want to know how I imagine lovingly for Coral? I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
I want to know what the new car's going to be.
Right?
Anyway.
It's all about me, right?
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. How do I imagine lovingly for you? I imagine me happy for you. So that's where I'd play.
Cool. Excellent. So that was for Dale, and thank you very much for your question.
And double T for the answer.
Yeah, you'll get it later. Okay. The next question's from Dream Driven Day Jess. I sell the pearl. Jess asks, how do you know when it's time to take action, like cross a bridge, living from your end of your desire? Every desire contains both its power and plan of its self-expression. True. I find myself questioning how things will happen, get scared, and sell the pearl. It's like the story of the man stuck on the roof, and he turns down all the help.
Yep. Cool. You're mistaken. All right.
Next. No.
Yeah. So free will ends after you choose your state. And this is the cool thing. There's 1,000 different ways I could approach this. But what shows up right now is free will ends when you pick your state. And it's that whole thing of, should I do something or nothing, nothing or something? There's a couple articles on freeneville.com about that. But one of them I shared the quote word, where does free will end? Free will ends with picking your state. So I picked the state of happy, loving husband. The state of happy, loving husband gets to pick and do all these things all day long. And that's the cool thing, because when you really know your end is always about you. From what I can tell, it always involves some aspect of identity. And it will have you do what you do. But as long as you're trying to figure out what to do, you go back and forth. Like, do I make a call? Do I write something down? Do I make a thing? Something else? Like if I do write, I got some playing cards. Right?
Indeed. Yeah.
Because I want to be a master magician like Charles. Right? Yes. So I just think it'll be fun. Right? I've got this desire to fuck around with cards. Right? And you could ask Victoria. She shuffles the cards every night when we play our card games.
Yeah.
Because I suck at it. Right? Last night I shuffled the cards.
He did. He even tried to do the Pharaoh shuffle. Sort of did it. Yes.
So we're just having fun here. Yeah. And there's the thing. When you move into the state, you do what you do. Right? Like, how do I know who to learn from, what not to do? Fuck it. It's like that whole thing. When we make good stew, you add shit. Stew. Right? I once had a bunny named Stew. Or Mike Brignacs here. Ready? I once had a turtle named Stew.
Turtle?
Yeah. I once had a turtle named Stew. Anyway.
Okay.
Yum. You get to find out what you add to the stew right along the way. I mean, you taste it and you go, oh, a little bit of nutmeg. So, oh, Mike's still here. Good on you. Yeah, he knows what I'm yakking about.
Okay, got ya. Hope you're not eating turtle stew.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
There he is.
So that's good for Jess.
By the way, I'm going to give Mike, wherever the fuck you're watching this at or listening to it at from, in the world or on the podcast, the refunds, the replays, right? Mike has a great little podcast. Put up a link or what it's called.
FeelingTwisty.com.
Yeah, Feeling Twisty.
Used to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's got the .com or not. Yeah, I know it's Feeling Twisty. Right?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it might.
Yeah, if you don't have it, get the domain name. It costs you $12 a year and point it to one of your designators. Yeah. But Mike's a good fucking guy. Right? Just, he comes straight from the heart, and
Kim's not bad either.
And Kim's a sweetheart, right?
I'm joking.
She's lovely, right? You got good people.
Yeah.
So, cool, yo.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Okay. And the last question's from Dream Driven Digest again, stuck in the middle, and just says, how do you get out of the middle of the state of scanning for the possible bridge of those desires that seem so impossible?
I'm going to say pearlpowerpack.com just for fun, right? Oh, Mike does have feelingtwisty.com. Apparently, at least Brian thinks he does. Cool.
I think,
So this is great fun.
Now he's immediately on the internet trying to buy feelingtwisty.com. No, I'm pretty sure
got
it
a
is.
name
But
sheet.
anyway.
Hey, who buys it first? So I'm at this internet marketing seminar in Austin, Texas, right? It was either the first ever or the second ever Warrior Forum special event. I think I was the second person to sign up for the first one, or was the first signing up for the second one. But there was a speaker in the room, and he mentioned something, and it was a 2-word concept. And I went, fuck, that's good, right? So I'm on my phone. This is when smartphones were dumb. So I'm on my phone, right, buying the fucking domain name, right? Like, well, yeah, he says this 2-word phrase, and I'm buying like whatever it was, like thisis.com or whatever it was.
Got you.
Like cupcake.
So you're
right?
Somebody there buying it.
So I'm buying this, right? Like, yeah, what's his nuts, right? Like back in the old days, if I was watching a podcast and somebody said, what's his nuts.com? And I go, fuck, I could make $1 million doing this, right? So I'd be buying it while I'm watching the podcast. So this is what I do, right? So I'm at this internet marketing seminar. There's like 200 of us there. Yeah. And I buy this domain name after the speaker says this phrase that I love the phrase, right? You remember, I'm not taking from the speaker. I just love the phrase, right? Yeah, like pearlpowerpack.com, right? So I'm eating lunch, and this guy walks past me. He goes, asshole.
Oh, you got him first.
Right? And he gives me this wicked smile. I'm like, join me. He goes, I'll be right back. I said, what's up? He goes, you beat me to it. I said, by how long? Is it like 2 minutes? Like, boom, right? I wish I could remember who that was. I remember his face, can't remember his name. But it was just great because it's like, and he was, he was a good guy too, just doing shit. I'm not into waiting ever. So this whole thing, how do you get out of the middle? The only reason you're falling in the middle is you're not buying the pearl and you're waiting, right? I don't wait, right? If I imagine of something like a podcast and I know I've got half an hour till I go outside and get in the hot tub to do the podcast, I'll be doing something else. Another state will be moving me. I'll be imagining up something different. Victoria's young, don't matter. But I got so many things going on. I don't have time to worry about any middles, right? Not at all. But boom. Kim says we need to jump on more often. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right.
Okay, so that was for Dream Driven Day, Jess. Thank you very much for your questions, Jess.
That's right.
And what we'd like to know right now is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bits.
All right.
I've had a few through this show.
I've had a few.
I'll let you go first, babe. Oh, got my hair.
I got to go first. Good Lord. I don't know.
Well, actually, my strawberry bit was actually, thank you, Brian, for your question. Me being selfish and all.
Yes.
It was lovely reflecting back on, because I'd forgotten about that, how I had been here all those years ago. Crumbs, we've been together for quite a long time now, 12 years or whatever. But before that, and then it was like I denied the state of being with anyone in a relationship with anyone for so many years. That's what it was like.
One greater than John.
Exactly. It was like, nah, I'm right with my life. I'm making money. I've got my projects, my house. Like everything was fine until eventually, like however many years on, it was more than that. But anyway, like to suddenly acknowledge or hear the inside of myself going, you know what, it'd be really nice. I'd love to be with someone. So that, anyway, that's my story, but that's my strawberry bit because I love that for remembering that. Thank you.
I'll run with that. Yeah, because like you can watch her surrender to it. You guys who haven't done, those who will do, join us on dreamdrivenday.com. Right in the middle, we do a call on one greater than John. Because I can promise you, even if you don't think you are, you're doing violence to your desires.
Yeah.
Right? When she stopped doing violence to her desires, we could meet.
Yes.
I was imagining a home and held. No idea with who, no idea where, no idea when. I was just feeling that. And at some point, she surrenders her to her desire. I surrender to my desire. And then magic happens. I do what I do, she does what she does, somehow our paths cross, and here we are weaving this lovely tapestry, building this lovely kingdom, garden, all these things that we dance together in.
Yeah.
And truly, that's all I want for anyone, So that's that.
Cool.
Didn't even have to get on the Tinders.
No.
No.
I would never have done that. Anyway. So that was our hashtag story beards.
See, if I was on Tinders, I'd be a swipe diagonal. Just like, I don't know what the fuck to make of this. I don't know. You're supposed to swipe left or right. But I have no idea what does what, right? But I'd be a diagonal swipe. I can tell you that much.
Okay, right. So while you type in your hashtag strawberry bits, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
All right, sign up for them 7 little bit things, and you get that other stuff too. But you got to click on the confirmation link, right? Y'all that don't trust them.
Where's she sitting on me?
Anyway.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
It takes about 15 minutes a day. It's like $1 a day, right? You notice we're into killing excuses. We're not into waiting. The other side of the coin, dreamdrivenday.com, right? So we got about 7 days you can still sign up. Then we kick off, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This one's going to be, my experience in sharing it is going to be radically different than some of the other ones, right? Maybe all the other ones, but as you can tell, I got some cool shit going on. And you people that are, captive with me for 30 days, dreamdrivenday.com.
Cool. So that's it. Thank you, you guys.
You didn't do the
Have a
refund
great
thing.
Well, I didn't. Do I need to? Yeah, okay. So for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Or you could just feel it real hard, feel it real slow, feel it real someday. You could just
have a great day,
take
night,
your
weekend.
coffee
We'll catch
cup
you next week.
I'll be pushing some buttons here. Gotta move that shit around. Put the wheels on the bus.
Whoa.